Guys, let's talk about Ambulance. It's one of several wide release movies coming out this week, and I believe there's plenty of Bayhem in this movie. And
Nice one.
yeah, I would love to hear your thoughts. Let me know what you think about Michael Bay's Ambulance.
Guys, you were
Oh,
busy
this is
watching
all you now.
Sonic.
Yeah,
All good.
no. You
So you
take it
haven't seen
away.
it.
This
So
is your
what
show.
have you heard? Like what? You guys
From what I
heard anything?
understand, this is Michael Bay's best work in years. And if you're not a fan of Michael Bay, it's not for you. If you are, you're going to be happy. There's a lot of explosions. There's a lot of, exciting crashes, and, it's sort of a tour de force nonstop thing, There's a little bit of family at the beginning, so it's okay at the Toretto meter. And I've heard it's 40 minutes too long, a lot.
I would say an hour too long even.
Wow, that number keeps going up.
Like no.
I mean, how long
honestly,
is it?
It's like 2.5 hours, isn't it?
2 hours 15 minutes.
Okay.
It's longer than
what?
Doctor Strange is going to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So after watching the
God.
film, I watched this brilliant review by someone who essentially used a brilliant description of like what happened towards the end. Imagine playing a game and you have like a TLC, right? Like, sorry, DLC content. So imagine playing a game and having DLC released halfway through the game, and you're forced to play that without finishing the main story first. Like, it took eyes of like what was happening to kind of do a bit of that, and then did the full back to the main plot. So okay.
Yeah.
Was there anything that you liked about it?
Let's start with the good things.
Okay.
Considering it was only 40 million budget, which is not a lot considering it's an action film, right?
It's not a Transformers movie.
Yeah.
Exactly. They announced
Unless
in
we don't know
2015
something about the ambulance, but we'll have to wait for the next one for that.
That's,
Possibly.
yeah. They announced in 2015, so it probably took them a while to even like gather budget for it and stuff. So who knows? Yeah, the good things. Cast, great. Jake Gyllenhaal is essentially Jake Gyllenhaal in Michael Bay film. So like you can imagine, it's like he's a
hunka. Yeah.
No, he's crazy. He's playing this kind of. I was getting Donnie Darko vibes sometimes. It was very yeah, it was entertaining. It was very interesting to see this character because so he plays a gangster. So we've got two brothers. We have Yaha Mateen Abdul. Is it? Yeah.
Yahya
Abdul Mateen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Abdul Mateen. And then we have the second. Sorry. Yes. And then we have Jake Gyllenhaal, the brothers. And he essentially he steps out of this criminal family essentially, and he decides to do something good, and he becomes a soldier. But then the insurance kicks in, and he's trying to save up for his family and stuff, and he decides to reach out to his brother, his stepbrother, who's this criminal mastermind. And that was the whole thing. Like the film progresses the more we uncovering, which it's kind of ridiculous. Like it was absolutely ridiculous. Like it was unbelievable who that person was. Yeah.
So what you're saying is a Michael Bay movie is a little light on the plot.
They go on a money heist, then there's this incredible, like unbelievable scene happening towards the end where like there's like a surgery in a car chase happening. It's a lot happening, and I must say, as I said, it should have ended 45 minutes to an hour before it did. But for $40 million, and the cast, and as Andrew said, it's very much true. If you're a fan of Michael Bay, sure, go ahead, see it. If not, then yeah, skip.
I
But that's
mean,
it.
I
Fair
love
enough.
the Bayhem. I'll take Bayhem all day long. Like those Transformers movies, they might be half visual noise, but I'm seeing gunpowder being blown up left and right, hundreds of millions of dollars worth. That's all I
Yeah.
need. That's all I need. I mean, like
And
I
you
know you
watch,
guys were talking about
it's
Isaac Gonzalez who
yeah,
plays the nurse before the show, and there's a lot of Michael Bay things in this movie. It's a very Michael Bay movie.
it's
Any from Dusk Till
incredible.
Dawn fans?
Anyway,
Yeah,
They did a TV show from Dusk Till Dawn, and that's where she got, like, I guess, started on.
really.
Yep.
Well,
She was in Godzilla versus Kong. She was in that movie. She
I
played
remember.
like I forgot what she was in the movie. She played like some character.
I remember
Yeah.
her from Baby Driver,
Yeah.
and I must say it's incredible that her makeup stayed throughout the entire film, like untouched, from the lipstick to
That's mayhem
to
for you.
eyeliner, everything.
works for me.
Yeah, I
Megan
don't know what
Fox,
else.
they splashed some dirt on her at different points in Transformers, which was a nice touch, but otherwise, yeah, that's a real Michael Bay benefit.
That's how it goes.
Yeah, I mean, guys, I heard there's a lot of but I've not seen this movie yet, but I desperately want to see it because I'm a Michael Bay fan. I love Michael Bay. Like I love a lot of the things that he does. I know there's a little bit of he
Really?
has self-control, but some of those elements is lacking sometimes. Like he does it a little bit too much. But when Michael Bay is Michael Baying to the Michael Bayist, I think there's nothing better than Michael Bay. So like Six Underground was a lot of fun for me. Even though most people thought that was a terrible Netflix movie, I had a lot of fun with it. It was a great
Actually, I
cast.
thought that was pretty good too. I got your back, Dan. Yeah, I
Yeah,
like that
I
movie.
mean, look, like even this the cinematography stuff, we all know that telescopic lens, what do you call it? Telephoto
Anamorphic?
lens. That's telescopic lens. The telephoto lens helicopter shot that
Mhm.
Michael Bay is known for. Like like the characters are standing on top of a building, and then like you
Yeah.
have this like extremely zoomed in shot where like the background is moving behind them so quickly.
Yeah,
It's
we had
big-
5 of them maybe.
The big
Really,
criticism that I
like-
keep hearing is that like your big takeaway from the movie is, I guess Michael Bay got a drone, because there's like
Yeah.
a lot of drone photography. There's like an
Yeah.
incredible shot where the drone goes under a car, jumping over it. Like it's some feats of cinematography achieved
Yeah.
in this one.
But nothing new. Nothing new. That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
Apart from Jake Gyllenhaal's character, like there was nothing new. Every single character was like, yeah, I know you. I've seen you before. That was probably the most unique you can get, I think, with Michael Bay film. Yeah, it's not.
Yeah.
I don't recommend watching it if you're not Michael Bay's film fan. Like, yeah,
Gotcha.
his work fun.
I mean, look,
yeah.
Michael Bay has been producing a lot of stuff in recent years. Like he hasn't been directing as much. So I feel like he was probably like, man, I need to direct a movie. I need to let the Bayhem out. I've been holding it in for too long. Give me 40 million, somebody. Or he probably asked for more, but he got 40 million. And then he was like, that's it. That's enough. We don't need a
He'll
ton of
probably-
helicopter shots. We'll do drones.
Given that this is what people are
Yeah.
saying, his best work in years, he'll probably make a good profit on this.
Yeah. No, I mean this movie, speaking of the box office, it's set to make somewhere in the teens, like, well below 20 million at the opening box office in North America. I'm sure internationally it will make about around as much. So if it's at a budget of 40 million, that number isn't bad, because that right there is a good chunk of your spend, and I'm sure it's gonna at least make his money back, and that's all you can ask for. I mean, those Transformers movies were huge hits. People know, if this movie is not it's not a Transformers movie, so the expectations are not the same. But yeah, I mean, I think that was a lot of fun talking about this movie. The more we talk about this thing, the more I like the prospect of going to watch this movie.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, I just, like I said, the Bayhem, like that's really what's drawing me into this movie.
I got to be honest, I'm curious about it. And I'm not a huge Michael Bay fan, but
Yeah.
he does what he does very well, and I might have to give this one a shot.
You stay engaged. Like despite the film being ridiculous, you still kind of somehow want to find out what's going to happen. But the
Oh,
end is
absolutely.
predictable, so don't get your hopes up. It's like, yeah, that I knew that from 10 minutes in, that's going to happen. But just really quickly, I found a brilliant summary from someone on the Rotten Tomatoes, a high-octane car chase thriller that finds Bay in top form. And I think that's what it was.
And you know what else is, just to put a cap on it, I think it's a really smart idea to take a medical drama and mash it together with a chase. You know, it's like you're taking two genres and putting them together. It's actually pretty cool.
Yeah. No, hey, it's like I said, or like you said earlier, this could have a sequel, and then the ambulance is a transformer for all we know. So
God,
nice.
I hope so.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, guys, let us know in the comments below what you think about Ambulance. If you have seen it, we'd love to hear from you. We just, took a deep dive into it. Some of us have not seen it yet. I have not seen it, but I've only heard good things. And from the parts I have seen, it looks fantastic. But let us know, of course, your thoughts on Ambulance. Would you like to see more Michael Bay movies? We would love to. Hear your thoughts on that.